Hey, what's happening? This is Tom, nerdremix.com. I got another movie for you. I know I just complained. Hey, by the way, it's very cold in Ohio. I just, as you know, I do my reviews in a garage bar here. I just fired up the heat out here. You can actually see my breath. It's that cold out here right now. But hey, that shows dedication to my craft. And who the fuck knew I had a craft? But anyway, the movie I watched was Doghouse. It's a UK production. I know I just said in my news item the other day that independent filmmakers stop making zombie comedies. This is kind of a zombie comedy, but it's not all comedy. It's pretty much played straight. The parts that aren't played straight, you know, they're humorous. And I really like this flick. It's like I said, it's a British production, directed by Jake West. It was written by a man named Dan Schaefer. And it's the story of 6 friends, actually 7. One's car breaks down, so he can't join them. Vince is the central character, going through a divorce, and his friends want to take him out in the sticks to a town called Moodley for a drinking weekend. They hear there's a lot of women there. Vince, by the way, is played by Stephen Graham. I recognized him right away. If you've watched Boardwalk Empire on HBO this year, you will recognize him too as the man who plays Al Capone. And he does it so well that you have no idea he's British, but he's very British in this. But anyway, the rest of the friends, or at least the primary friends, except for the guy that shows up late, rounded up by Danny Dwyer, Noel Clarke, Emil Marna, Lee Ingleby, and Keith Lee Castle is the rest of the guys. But anyway, you might also recognize Stephen Graham, the guy from Boardwalk Empire, who plays Vince from Snatch. He was in that, the Guy Ritchie movie. It's pretty cool. But anyway, the 6 friends go to Moodley. When they get there, the town's deserted. They check around a little bit, and they find that the government has been testing a virus. That, you know, the virus to create super soldiers thing has been done a million times. But this has an interesting twist. This only affects women, and they've been killing and cannibalizing all the men in town. So anyway, you have all the characters in place here, and this, oddly enough, for a film like this, they did actually spend some time on character development, and most of the characters are likable, and the ones that aren't likable basically get their comeuppance. But you have the misogynist guy, you got the wimpy comic book guy who happens to work at a comic book shop, you have the nice guy, you have Vince, you have the weird artist type guy, and the guy that shows up late is the stereotypical fat party guy. But because he shows up with a beer and everything else, and oddly enough wearing a shirt with a target on it. What's with that? Maybe it's a British thing. I don't know. But anyway, pretty good movie. It looks really nice. The special effects are really cool. They eventually meet up with an army guy. They find out there's this whole army plot. I don't want to give too much away, but there's a way that they can deactivate them, and then later the women turn into, they mutate. So that's pretty cool. The effects in this movie are really cool. There's some really, really cool-ass gore moments. There's certain parts that you're supposed to laugh at, and you laugh, and a lot of it is played straight. And there's actually a few scares in this movie. If you're watching this movie, there's actually a few scares, and there's some times where, you know, you're like, wow, I hope they get out of this, you know, because you do care about the characters and everything, and they do it, you know, it's not all comedic Shaun of the Dead type stuff. There is some peril here and there. No nudity if that's what you're looking for, but actually some of the zombie chicks aren't bad on the eyes from the neck down. That's kind of fucked up me saying that, but hey, these are independent horror movies. Fucked up people watch them, including me. But anyway, not a bad flick. It's not your typical zombie-com. It's got a twist to it. The British accents get a little too much. I'm kind of used to it. Some people can't decipher that shit. They probably need subtitles or something. Turn them on DVD. That's all I can tell you. But anyway, like I said, you'll see Al Capone from Boardwalk Empire in it, and really good flick. I liked it. I'm gonna give it like an 8 out of 10. It had, you know, it had its flaws, but what film doesn't? But all in all, it's a really entertaining movie. I think if you know, it's definitely worth a rental if not buying it. It's a lot of fun. It's called Doghouse, directed by Jake West, primary actor, and it is Stephen Graham, and it was written by Dan Schaefer. And this guy, still cold, still see my breath. I'm Tom, nerdremix.com. Support independent cinema. Thanks.